Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting for my partner to come in. Let's see. Rick, are you there? But as I'm waiting for Rick to come in, um, this is the beginning of the Biker Roadhouse, our first episode. And all the stuff that I got going on. But, anyways, this is the beginning of the Biker Roadhouse. Yeah. We figured our first topic would be um, Sturgis. Well, so with that being said, we are I'm trying to get this link here to him and so that Rick can come in. And there we go. So, Rick, if you're here, hit the thing and I'll get you in. There you are.
All right. You see me?
Yeah, I see you.
All right. So how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing best as best I can.
Take what you get.
Right? Right. So how was your day?
Good. No work today.
That's even better.
Yeah. So
Hey, Process, how you doing? So, Rick, you can't see the comments on your phone, right?
correct.
So, if you look at the bottom of your phone, you should have a bunch of things on there. One will say comments. You
Chat.
hit
Yeah.
that. You hit that, and then you got private, and then you've got comments. You or the public. You just go to the other one. You don't go private, and then you can see the comments.
Okay.
Rick, where'd you go? Well, anyways, when Rick finds his way back in, we wanted to discuss Sturgis, um, the things that happen out there, and the kind of things you're looking for. How to be more aware. All right, Rick, try to get back in. And how to be more aware of people out there, stuff like that. You know, um, process. If you want to jump on as well, so I'm trying to let people know that we're live. But welcome to the first show of the Biker Roadhouse. We do have yeah, I agree with you there. Um, that corporations have ruined a perfectly good rally. You can't. I mean, it's all about the money now. It's not about fun or anything. You know, so so what do? Um, you go out there, you do your thing, and go out and have some party. Now we've got some friends out there that are actually doing their thing. There's Rick. Hey, Rick.
Go out and have some party. Now we've got some friends out there that are. Get you in. There you are.
Gee.
Actually,
We'll do it that way. So, what are your thoughts about Sturgis, Rick?
Doing there. You see him?
There we go.
See ya. All right. There's Rick.
Hey, Jamin, how you doing, brother?
How you doing? Oh, I'm doing. Hey, Rick.
And that, my friends, is I just posted in there our new YouTube channel for the Biker Roadhouse that we will be broadcasting on our next time out. Seems like Rick is dropping in and out. So, but $80 for a Bangladesh T-shirt, $4 a water, and 85% of bikers don't ride to the rally. Yeah, and that is true. Actually, Rick, I don't even see you on here to get on. Oh, I see you there. Maybe not. Nope, I don't see you on to get on. So, Jamin and Process, if you want to jump on in, we're talking about Sturgis. We're trying to our experiences and our things to look out for, so people are more aware. We've got some friends out there like Health Fighter, Steve Hill, who goes by Preacherman. He's out there doing his thing. I'm not sure the name of the building he's at. But
yeah.
He's got the big white cross. That's where he's at.
Agree with you.
There.
He's got the big white cross.
I'm getting some feedback a little bit.
That.
But anyways,
Good rally. Yeah.
you got anything to say, Rick?
It's not about fun or anything, but we're getting some feedback a little bit.
Seems like we're getting some lag. But yeah, the Hellfighter's out there. He's got the, don't know the name, but it's a big white cross.
Anyways,
And I've got some fellow Legion Raiders that are out there as well at the Buffalo Chip.
No.
yeah.
So I've got some people there. Anyone who wants to jump on and talk, go right on ahead. I got the link there in the chat. So, Rick, you got anything to say?
You got anything to say, Rick?
Oh, I just been watching the streets today. Out there. Looking really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Was watching Hillfighter Steve today.
Yeah, he's got a few shorts out there.
Yeah. Help fighters out there. He's don't know the name, but it's big white.
Yeah.
And I've got some fellow Legion Raiders that are out there now.
Gee, it seems like we got some leg. Wow. Didn't expect that at all. Hey, Rick, you're like way far behind from what I was saying, so I don't know what was going on. Maybe where you're at, you're not getting a good enough link to get to stay on. But yeah, I could hear you. You're like 30 seconds behind what I was saying. So, no. First show, technical difficulties. We'll try to get them hammered out as we go along. You know, but if anybody wants to jump on in, the link is at the top of the page. Come on in, and I'll get you on here. Talk about your experiences of Sturgis. You know, what you like to do out there, what people can expect. You know, Rick and I went out there in last year, yeah, in 21, and it was a trip. You know, um, we had started out. We were supposed to leave the Friday, and so and take Friday, Saturday at our regular time, and just arrive at our campsite on Sunday. Well, we changed that up and decided to leave that Saturday and get there Sunday. And if we would have left Friday, we wouldn't have hit the rain. But we left Saturday and we got caught in a downpour. I didn't have any brakes. All right, Rick. And so we had to stop in the rain, re-bleed my brakes, and then take off. We were in a downpour. Both Rick and I got pretty well drenched. And but the rain ended at about half hour riding. We rode out of it. And then it was nice and sunny the whole time, even on the way back. And so yeah, we got wet going out. But if we would have left Friday, we would we went to hit the rain. But we got out there right at Sunday evening, I do believe.
At Sunday evening, I do believe.
How's your signal, Rick?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You do break up a little bit.
How's your signal? Right.
Says I got.
Yeah, he's having signal problems or connection problems because he just dropped out again. The plan was to take 3 days to get out there ourselves, and we pushed through to the Mitchell Saturday. Then we didn't do a lot of stopping. We did a lot of gas stops. We did a lot of ride so long and stop because, my ass can't handle the distance like that. So I would go about 60, 70 miles, stop, rest up for a little bit, then get back on and go. Well, if I ended up just going and my gas wouldn't drop after I stop after 60 miles or so. But after you make that initial stop, your gas just drops like a bowling ball dropping off a building, you know. So next time we go out, we're just going to push through, you know, try to stop at about 100 or so miles, or try to go to the next gas stop and then stop for about 45 minutes to an hour, get off, circulate the blood in your ass, and then keep pushing. But if we take 3 days to get out there, then we ain't got to push that hard. Yeah, Rick, I'm not sure what's going on with you. You've said you got full bars, but for some reason you're lagging. Whatever I say comes through like seconds later. And I turned out, it's not on my phone anymore, so it did say something about my internet not being stable at one point. But I got full bars on my internet, so something will work out for next show. First show, things are going to happen. I've seen Jamin. I've seen on the unaffiliated that where Graystar was talking, and then you talk, and your audio was there, but your lips were lagging, voice was behind what you were saying for some reason. And I'm not. I should be trying to hear. See, I got it on my phone, and I'm kind of lagging, so I don't know what's going on. With no sound, even. Wow. But anyways, oh wow. Yeah, in there. And now I can see the comments on my phone. But anyways, I still don't have volumes fully up on the phone, and I can't hear anybody. Can't even hear me. So, but anyways, so we got out there. We got Mitchell to our first night. How about now?
I don't know. Is it working?
A lot better than what it was.
Okay, the back of the phone was getting hot. Maybe that was part of the problem.
That could be.
So I'm out here outside.
Could be.
So, what was your first opinion of our first night out there on the ride?
It's still working.
Yeah, you freeze up a little bit here and there, but the audio is coming through.
So, what was your first opinion of our first night out there on the ride?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you freeze up a little bit here and there, but the audio is coming through.
Okay. As long as the audio works.
Right? Right.
So.
But I can't get it to come through on my phone for some reason.
No, it was fun being out there last year. Well, wanted to go back out again this year.
Well, with the gas prices, you didn't want to go out there.
Audio?
Right?
Gas prices were damn near, for octane, it's over $5.
Gotta love this.
It comes through on my phone for some reason.
Oh, this is pretty weird. I'm getting, I'm hearing you and then I'm hearing myself. But I'm real time on my phone.
All right.
Things we got to work out in next episode. Things we got to work out in next episode.
Well, the gas prices, you didn't want to go out there.
No, I didn't.
The gas prices, you didn't want to go out there.
Figured if it's me and the wife and she's taking her car. That gets to be expensive.
Oh yeah.
Gas prices were damn near, for octane, it's over $5.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know why we're getting that.
I can see taking the bike or a couple bikes out, but a bike and a car. Gets to be expensive.
Well, this is pretty weird.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Let's see if we can figure it out, do some test runs. He was coming in perfect in the truck, and then all of a sudden, huge lag again. So, process, if you're still here, come on in. You know, Jamin's not home. So, so first night we spent out in Mitchell. And then from there, we stopped in Deadwood and spent some time there. Had the famous coffee that tastes like crap, but hey, it's cheap. And then the spring that's been there since the pioneers, they turned into a water fountain that was warm as shit, but it was good to get, got your whistle wet, and they give you a little cup, a little cone like that to drink from. You don't get to fill a glass or anything, so you're constantly filling that cup to keep drinking. And then from there, we got into Rapid City and got to our campsite Sunday night, Sunday evening, still in the daylight. Set up camp and lo and behold, uh, bison comes out from the back of the campground. We were at the front and got within a picnic table's length between me and this bison. There's a picnic table right in between us, and he was that far apart from us. Didn't pay us any mind or nothing. I was on the phone with my dad. My dad told me to go up and pet it. Well, I was ready to go bolt for Rick's car. You know, so um, so that was the on the way out, and then our first night out there. I can't remember if we set up a campfire and ate, or did we eat before we went in? I think no, we ate while we were there. Um, Set up our little stoves and took out our little pots and pans and ate that way. Cooked up what I can't remember what we had. That was a year ago. So that was Sunday, and then Monday we we came out. I mean, we lounged around Monday, and then headed out to Hill City. I think that's the only place we went Monday was Hill City. We went to the gold mine there, and then had had lunch there. All right, we'll try again from next week. When we do next week's show, we'll do it from the other channel and see if that's going to work any better. Thank you, Jamin, for subscribing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, I guess, Rick, talk in the chat, I guess. It's not letting you back in. I'm not sure what to do. First show, things are going to go wrong. You know, But anyways, we went to Hill City that Monday and had visited a gold mine, and I think we had a lunch or a dinner there. Either way, we got some wine, had some food, then went back to the campsite and lounged around, ate. We talked, and then I told Rick and I talked. He wanted to do some more things. Kelly wanted to do some more things, so we decided to split up on Tuesday. He wanted to go to Hill City, and what it was the other town that you wanted to go to there, Rick, that you guys went to Tuesday. You went to Hill City, and I can't remember the other town. But whereas Camilla and I, we just stayed. We went to Custer and did the wildlife loop. You know, that day we went to Custer a few times because we had to get some food, and we went do some sightseeing out there, and then we came back waiting for Rick and Kelly to come back so we could go out do something more and then eat. Come to find out, they went to Sturgis on Tuesday. And then let's see. The town you went to, Rick, was right up the hill from Hill City, not too far. We went through it on our way to Deadwood on Wednesday. I can't remember. But anyways, Wednesday came and we got up early, got our shit together, and then we went into whatever that town was. But then we went into Deadwood. No, there was a Harley store there. No, I've got to look it up because we stopped there. Then on our way to Deadwood, and because there's Custer. I'm not seeing it there. Oh, I love technology. So, okay. So Monday, we went to Keystone and then to Hill City. That's what it was. And then Tuesday, you went back to Keystone, went up to Hill City, and then you guys ended up in Sturgis and then back down. That's what it was. So then come Wednesday, we went up in the Hill City, up and through Deadwood, stopped at the Harley stores. And what I thought was funny was we got into Deadwood, came with a plan, go down one street, up the other, go into one store, and come out, and there's Kelly beelining it to the Harley store. I thought that was funny as heck. So there went our plan to go up and down the street. That went out the window. But we didn't get to do what we wanted pretty much in Deadwood. If we would have skipped the streets, we could have done the cemetery and been in good shape and come back through the streets. And then from there, we went into Sturgis and met up with some friends of mine that are in the CMA, putting them out there because they're out at Sturgis as well. And spent had dinner out there at Sturgis, and then spent the time walking down the one strip, and then chatted with my friends for a bit. You know, so and then Thursday we packed up, headed out. And then we spent over in Sioux Falls, and then got home uh, Friday. Yeah, Friday night. Talking to a friend of ours. You know, but anyways, while we were out there in the campsite, this is hard doing it with one person, and because for some reason Rick's connection, he's got connection, but it just ain't working out for some reason. Hey, SSW brother, um, come on in if you want. I got the link there in the chat. Talk about Sturgis for a while, but anyways, we had the bison that we saw on Sunday that was making me go shit was sleeping just outside just right by our tents on the, um, right on the edge of the tall grass and where it was mowed. Just slept right there. We got up every morning. We looked because I could hear him because I don't sleep all that sound anymore. And we looked and we saw where he was sleeping. How do I know it was a he? Because you just can't miss that. Nope, you just can't miss that. But he was sleeping right there. There were others that came in and slept in the campsite that was supposed to be that Camille and I were supposed to be on, but we shared the one campsite. So the bison were over on the ones that we were supposed to be in. Hi, Nad's Life. How you doing? You know, but it. So we had bison there, and then we found eggs in the tall grass, and they were kind of tapped at one end and sucked dry. So raccoon, maybe, as I'm thinking. Rick and I were um, pretty wowed at that. That we didn't think we'd see something like that, but we did, and so that was pretty neat. Rick made his coffee, drank most of it before I could get a chance to get a cup. I was lucky to get a cup because by the time they emptied out the pot, I was making it again. you know. Um, so on Tuesday, when Rick and his wife Kelly went to back to Keystone, then up to Hill City. Camille and I, my wife Camille, we went and did the wildlife route first. No, actually, we went to Custer first and hung out there. Went to a bar and had lunch, and went down to the street a little bit. It's a purple building. It's a pie place. I can't remember the name, but it's as you come in into Custer off of Custer State Park. At the end of the strip, there's a purple building, and it's a pie place. Some of the best pies I've ever had. Oh God, that was so wonderful. And a friend of mine, or a friend of ours actually, um, suggested going there because she used to live out in Rapid City. And told me a whole bunch of places to go, what to do, but we made it a point to go to that pie place, and it was awesome. Oh my God, it was awesome. Had a little bit of ice cream on there. Oh yeah, you know that really hit the spot. And then while we were there in Custer, there's these teenagers that were going up and down the strip on mini bikes. Look, the little mini bikes, and with GoPro cameras on their helmets, just going up and down the strip. And we were getting a kick out of that, just laughing our asses off, and because they were being part of the rally in their way, and not, having fun their way. There's people that were going up to them on the street and just chatting with them and stuff, taking pictures, and So once we hit got down at the pie place, we headed back toward the campsite, and then we went and did the wildlife loop, the full loop, and thank goodness we didn't have any bison right there alongside the road. They were there alongside the road, but they weren't like right there. They weren't an immediate threat. The wild donkeys were way off. You had to take a side dirt road to get to them, and we didn't want to risk going down. So we just did our loop. Saw plenty of deer. We saw a pronghorn, a lonely pronghorn, and a lot of bison off in the distance, some close up to the road, but not like right there. So we did that, ran back out, then went to the campsite, me and the wife talked a little bit, and decided, oh, gee, this is what we want for dinner, because the lodge that was there was closed. So we went to the one next to our campsite, and they didn't have crap for food. So we went to the grocery store in Custer, got our elk burgers and shit like that. And we cooked that up at the campsite. And then Rick and Kelly come back, But then come Wednesday, we hop in Rick and Kelly's car because we didn't want to take the bikes, as my bike sounded like it had a vacuum leak, something to do with the altitude. So we got past Deadwood. Don't know what was going on there, but I didn't want to risk doing something, and so we took Rick and Kelly's car, and we hit Hill City, did the wildlife loop first, and that time the buffalo were right there and almost hit the cart because we got too close to a mom and a baby, and went up to Hill City, went in the Deadwood, and then went right spent the last half of the night in Sturgis. We didn't get to go to the Buffalo Chip or Full Throttle. That'll be for next time when we can plan it better and what to do. Sturgis itself will take a full day if you want to go out there and do what you want to do just in Sturgis alone. You could walk up and down the strip and easily kill a half a day just in the town. But when you go out to the Buffalo Chip and Full Throttle, you're going to want to take a full day because you're going to just take everything in. The full throttle girls. Yeah, you want to take a good look at them. They shake their booties, but we didn't get out there. Now the mom SSW, that mom and the baby were. It's one of those places that have the parking. The road goes through, but there's a off parking that you can pull off, and they were right there. There's because the buffalo were right there. People bunch up and leave a path to go through. Well, we weren't in that path. We were on the right side of it and trying to go through. Well, we were within 2 feet of the mama and the baby, and the mama didn't like it and almost hit Rick's car. So that was that. But once we got through there, we were fine. But it was Rick and I were sitting there trying to talk and look, take pictures, and go through, and the women are going, "They're going to hit the car! They're going to hit the car! They're going to hit the car!" Well, they didn't hit the car, but Mama wasn't too happy. I'll tell you that. But Deadwood, I say, go to Deadwood. It's worth it. If you have to, take one day, go to Keystone, Custer, Hill City. Do that one day. You're easily going to kill enough time in Hill City to make it worth it. Keystone has got some good restaurants in there, but Hill City's got some pretty decent ones too. And there are a lot more things to do. There was Harley had their trailers out there so you could ride their bikes in Hill City. There was a old steam engine train that you could ride on, stuff like that. Easily kill a half a day in Hill City. Oh no, Rick, I know you wasn't worried. Kelly was. Camilla kind of was. I was kind of laughing. You were just trying to get through it. But Deadwood, you can easily spend a good half day in Deadwood. But Keystone, Hill City, Custer, do it that one day. Then do Deadwood for half a day, and then go out to Sturgis for a full day. Because once you do Deadwood in a half day, go up and do some riding around in the canyons and stuff like that, and the Needles Highway, and just have some fun. And then the next day, go to Sturgis. Spend your day in Sturgis. We spent a half day, and we didn't get to see what we wanted to see or do what we wanted to do. We were busy going down the strip. Rick was there on that Tuesday, so he got to see more of it than what Camilla and I did. But do that. Plan your time accordingly, and don't be afraid to break up from your crowd. Don't be afraid to break up from your crowd. Go do your own thing for a day and a half. Rick will tell you the same thing. Go do your own thing. Then meet up somewhere and get together. I think we're going to do that this next time we go out there, and do a show from out there as well. And we got to be careful so we don't get clubs in the video. So we got to pick a spot. But seeing those kids on the mini bikes riding up and down the strip filming things with their GoPro. That was really fun. You know, the part of Hill City that we went into didn't really have a lot going on, but farther down in the town, they had all kinds of stuff going on. You couldn't find parking, this or that, to save your life. But then on the way back, we spent a lot of time in Wall, more than what we should have because we got to Sioux Falls late at night, and Rick was pushing me on that one. By the time I get the gas station, got off the bike, I was stiff as hell. I had to stand for a good 45 minutes because I didn't want to sit back down. Then we went to park my bike at our friend's mom's place, and then we went to his apartment and put us up for the night. So, and then we got to the bikes in the morning and took off the home. From Sioux Falls, I'm a good 3.5 hours just straight driving. Yeah. What's funny what SSW is, we were fine all the way up until Wall. Once we left Wall, it sounded like I had a vacuum leak. Couldn't pinpoint it. Rick can tell you. He heard it. He knew about it. So when we got into Rapid City, I was trying not to push that sucker my bike as hard as it was. All while we're out there, it was sounding the same. But as soon as we left, that it quit. That sound quit. And we didn't even leave Rapid City and it quit. So I had no idea what was going on there. Maybe the moisture, I have no idea. Too much of dry. I don't know. Yeah, that's when you went out to Sturgis, I do believe, Rick. I didn't get you met him on Tuesday, and I didn't get to see him because we went on Wednesday. Dad's life, you're leaving us? Making the food, huh? I wonder if you're going live with that. I don't have a petcock on my bike. I'm fuel injection, so I don't have nothing to turn my gas on and off. Neither does the wife. Her bike doesn't have that. And her bike was making the same noise too, but a little bit later toward Rapid City. And it wasn't as loud as mine, but hers was making the same noise. So I'm thinking it was altitude that was doing that, but why I didn't do it on the way back, I don't know. Because I'm probably going downhill. So we go out there next year. I'm getting tuned up and making sure everything is right, all that. So, but when you're out there, make sure that you wear some bright color so you can be seen. Pay extra attention, especially when you're in the Custer State Park because cars don't see you. There was 2 accidents not too far from us where bikes went down. Don't know what happened, but they were down. But try to be seen. Take it easy. Do the speed limit. Do 40. It ain't gonna hurt you. Just to get to where you need to go. When you get up towards Sturgis, be extra careful because there's too many idiots there. There's too many people that have been drinking that are out on the road on the bike. You don't want to get hurt. But on the way out there and back, on the way out there, a semi cut me off, so I had to. He was coming onto the freeway, so we had to go around him. I'm pretty certain he didn't really see me. But now make yourself more aware, more visible. We were wearing all black with colorful helmets, so we weren't totally visible, but we kind of were. A lot of people say, how do I put this? Bring your special tool. You want to pack when you want to carry when you're out there. And because you never know what's going to happen. When we went out there when we got out there Wednesday evening, midday, as soon as we got in to Sturgis itself, I think we counted between 8 to 12 squad cars flying right past us to the local grocery store there because there was a shooting in the pharmacy department. Don't know if a guy survived or not, or if they caught the person that did the shooting, but there was a shooting that day, and already, a cop has been shot out there at Sturgis already. So you do kind of want to be packing and to protect yourself. They do have weapon-free zones, but no one pays attention to it. So you worked with the guy for 20 plus years ago. His father-in-law was part owner of the museum. They had bikes there that sat on when they were at the place for storage. I don't know, Jamin. They didn't say. One of the bigger creators covered it either yesterday. I think it was yesterday. They said something about it. I already heard about it on Wednesday, but they didn't say who shot him. They didn't say. So, Rick, was that the museum that that Dave Zine was at with his bike? Was that the same museum? So, Sturgis officially starts today, and there was already a shooting. And before last year, they were saying that there's only 2 or 3 shootings since Sturgis started. So things are getting a little violent, a little heated up. So you want to pay more attention. Make sure you carry and protect yourself. And if you're like Rick, bring a knife, because if you're in the right position, you can get to that person before that gun gets on you. So Oh, and while we were out there at the coffee shop, because we got free coffee because they thought we actually worked there, um, they there was this guy who rode down Main Street in fur, head to foot in fur, and the front of his bike, even his handlebars, was covered in antlers, just covered in antlers. And I thought that was pretty dang cool, you know. Um, Quite a few choppers, quite a few, a lot of people playing that damn hip hop really loud, and yeah, I don't like that. But nothing unique other than that one guy. There was no unique bikes out there. When I was telling my dad, he said that he goes, there was no motorcycle that was made into a bed. No, which told me when he was out at Sturgis, there was a motorcycle that was a bed. So I guess back in his day, they were more more wild about that. You know, different museum. Okay. So, but then we left there Wednesday night, got home and had a little bit of fire and had a drink and went to bed and got up, picked up camp and left. You know, scared Rick on the way back when we left. We're leaving the campground because I pulled over because I didn't think I latched my trailer. The the latch on the trailer. I didn't think I put my lock on there. And here Rick thought I was blew a tire or something. You know, so gee, I sound like a certain creator. Can you tell who that is? But you know, too bad, Rick, that it ain't working out. Because I'd like to get your point of view on what your version of what Sturgis is like out there, how the trip was, and stuff like that. You know, but you know, but it was all right. I recommend going at least once, maybe twice, to do what you want to do out there. I recommend going. You know, Horny Mike's bike was there. I wouldn't even know it if I saw it because I don't know who Horny Mike is. That's so out of touch. I don't know who these people are. You know, um, but I want to know who they are. You know. But yeah, go out there and just experience it. We stayed, I want to say at the Legacy Campground, or is it the Legend Campground? It started with an L. Campgrounds in Custer State Park. And of course, this thing ain't going to bring up the one that we stayed at. And here it is. Actually, it did. Legion Lake Campground is where we stayed. And there's actually two spots that there's one that's a campground, which is 20 sites. And then across from us, more over by the lake, where's that's where the cabins were. We were at the campsite. And actually, when you look up pictures of it, they show you more. There's one or two spots that are of the campsite, but they show you more of the cabin areas. See, the guy who held the winning rat bike quite a few years ago is from Oregon. So a West Coast person. Nice. That's very nice. Very nice. So you guys got any questions? Um, and Jamin, if you go to that campground, bring your own grill because the fire pit ain't worth shit for cooking. We couldn't get enough airflow underneath. Even though there was a log rack in there, you couldn't get enough airflow to get that sucker to stay going. You had to really build it up to get it to keep going. So, but so the Legacy Campground is where we were at. Count Customs. Is that the name of that museum? What? But the campground we were at was you come in the Rapid City, and there's a gas station off to your right. I can't remember what it was, a truck stop. And you take that road south, and you're going to go right by Reptile Gardens and stuff, Bear Country, USA, which we did. We wanted to do both, but we didn't have the time to do both. And then you're going to find the entrance to the park, and then we're a few miles in. I think it was 7 miles in to the park was the campground. The spot we were at was very, very quiet. Not a lot of people making noise or partying. So it was really nice and quiet. Really enjoyed that. You could actually hear yourself think and hear the person 5 spots down fart. And the guy that was across from us a bit was an older gentleman who's been going there. Him and his wife were going there for years, saying that same spot. And he had his trike. He had a spider. So they would unload it in the back of the trailer with a bunch of other things, and he'd bring it out. They'd go tooting around and then come back. He'd throw it back in the trailer. No, you don't. You don't want to stay at the hotel. No. Hotels out there were running between $200 a night. So you don't want to do a hotel. You want to go campground, bring an air mattress, bring a pump. Do your tent. Don't do a hotel. You're going to spend over $1,000 just in hotel fees. Camping, it only costs us $150 for 5 nights. or Sunday through Thursday while we were there 5 days. Yep. Camp. But we didn't get to do we didn't get to do everything we wanted to do. And part of that was we were waiting for this, we're waiting for that. So go do your own thing. No one's going to get upset if you go do your own thing. But yeah, hotels $200 to $300 a night. Better camp. You better bring your tent and camp. You'll spend a hell of a lot less. So and food. If you go to the grocery store when you're out there and just buy it, you're gonna be spending a lot less money. So the wife is running a cane out to a friend. Not sure why, but I can ask about that later. But SSW, do you want to come on for a bit? I can throw the link back in there. You can scroll back to find it. Recommended stops. Definitely wall. Head out the wall. Depends on which way you're coming in, though. If you're coming in on the west side to the Sturgis, just take a whole day and just go out the wall and then come back, because wall's a good 2 to 3 hours out, maybe an hour and a half from Rapid City. So, but the places, if you're coming in from the east, you want to stop at Mitchell, see the Corn Palace. Even if you've seen it more than once, stop there, see it again. It's a good place to be. It's free to get in, I do believe. Stop at Chamberlain, see the Native American statue, the Indian maiden statue they got sitting out there. That's, oh God, can't remember how tall it is. Definitely wall. Do some time tooting around Rapid City. There ain't much. When I was there in '99, week before the rally, with my first wife on her honeymoon, we did Bear Country USA, all that stuff, and that was pretty decent. We went up and down the pigtails, down in the Keystone. Back then, the gold mine was a lot more happening. It was a lot more operational than what it is now. But go do and when you go in the Deadwood, take a tour of the Broken Boot Mine. It's worth it. And then do the little panning for gold that you do at the end. I think that back then that was $10 just to do the panning and get some little shavings of gold in a vial. It was worth it, and as souvenir, but do the Broken Boot Mine. Go take a tour of the cemetery in Deadwood. You'd really enjoy that. A lot of history up there. You got Wild Bill, Hickok, Calamity Jane, and there was a preacher, a minister. That's all three of them buried right next to each other. And it's a famous preacher too. I just can't remember the name. And you know, and there, quite a few famous people there. So you want to go, you want to definitely go see that. In Hill City, in Keystone, I believe it was Keystone, there was the Ingalls Museum. There was a museum, a Laura Ingalls Museum or something like that. That's definitely worth going and seeing that, and that's all free. You know, um, just Spearfish Canyon. That's worth the ride. To go do, but take it slow. It's pretty dangerous. You know, and the temperature drops while you're there, like 20 degrees, because it could be 90 outside the canyon, but it's going to be 70 inside the canyon. You know, so you're just laying back because it's a furnace there. Oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Don't know what I'm going to do with you there, SSW. Just don't know. Just don't know. Well, I can't complain. It's 84 and I got the air conditioning up here in the bedroom, or I should say the sewing room / office. You know, I say SSW, do it. Go out there and do it. Carry that 2 millimeter out there. I heard that the cops, if you carry and it's concealed, even if they know that you're carrying, they leave you alone. But if it's out in the open, they're going to stop you and talk to you and harass you. So if you're going to carry, conceal it, you'll be fine. They ain't going to harass you. They ain't going to stop you. They ain't going to bug you. It's only if they see it, they're going to stop you. You know, but gee, it's been hour and a half. Cool. But Sturgis, if you haven't gone, do it. It's one of those things you want to cross off your list. Even if you don't find it appealing, just go. You don't have to actually go into Sturgis to have fun. Do the stuff around it. Go to Lee. Go to Deadwood. You know, poke around Rapid City for a while. You know, do all that stuff. There's dinner and a show type events out there um, that kind of revolve around a wagon train type feeding style. You know, oh, okay, you're talking about that. You know, I say just do it anyway. You never know um, what you're gonna pick up or what repeater you're gonna pick up and just and relay off of. Get some pretty cool contacts out there with your call sign. I'll tell you that because they think that they're picking you up long distance when you're actually right there local. Um, I did that down in Arkansas one time, and it was pretty neat. People thought I was. They looked up my call sign and he's in Minnesota, and they thought that I was actually reaching way down there. No, I was in Heber Springs. But when I was there in '99, we did it was called the Flying T Ranch, and they're not in business anymore. But it was a you went in, you had your dinner, and there was a show that they put on, a Wild West type show, and they serve you within they serve everybody in that building within 5 minutes, and they even said that they did a whole wagon train thing, and they served, oh, I can't remember the amount, but they served every single one of them in under 15 minutes because they give you a metal plate, and the first thing they put on it is a very hot baked potato. You know how hot a metal plate becomes when you put hot, a freshly hot baked potato on there? It gets hot pretty quick. And you move through that line. They've got people at each station. You get there, boop, boop, right down, and there you go, sit. They had that whole seating area. They served everybody in there, I would say, in less than 10 minutes. It was just like that, you know, you know. So, and then they put on a good music show, kind of a take off the ones in Branson, but Branson, Missouri. But it was pretty decent. I enjoyed it for the price. It wasn't bad. How much did it cost? I don't know. We didn't pay for it. It was part of a wedding gift that a friend of ours gave to us. That, along with Motley Crue and Scorpion tickets um, in Rapid City back in '99 when they were touring then. And you didn't have Tommy Lee because Pamela Anderson wouldn't let him tour in that one. Scorpions are pretty damn rocking, though. Yeah, exactly. SSW. They eat up pretty dang quick. And you actually move. I was turning my plate so my hands wouldn't hit the heat, but um, no matter what they put on it, your hands were getting hot. So you move pretty quick. You know, there's other types of dinners and shows like that out there that you can go do. I recommend doing that. It's an experience that um, you won't forget. Bear Country USA, if you got the time, go do it. And it's if you go on the bike, they got buses that drive you through. But if you take your car, you drive your car through, and they got certain spots that like cougars in one, you got wolves in one, you got mountain goats in another, you know, and and they're all free to roam in this whole part. And when I was there and we are coming back out, I mean, they tell you to leave your windows up because obviously we didn't. We had them a quarter way down. But we we're coming out, and there's off to our right a big wash basin for doing like laundry and stuff or taking a bath or something. But it was there, and what was inside that? A big, huge grizzly bear just sitting there playing. He's splashing, he's playing, just sitting in there like a regular person. And that was a fun thing to see. Then you come out to the black bears that are just roaming everywhere. If they climb on your car, you don't want to sound your horn. You don't want to startle them or anything like that. So if they're on your car, you just stop your car and just wait till they get off. They scratch your car. You can't help it. And that was pretty fun. I recommend doing Bear Country USA. Reptile Gardens is right down the road. I didn't get to do that, but I did go on to the Air Force Base or the Ellsworth Air Force Base, and then we went and hit. There was a dinosaur park close by to where we were where we were staying. We went in the Sturgis. This is the week before the rally, so we went up in the Sturgis before everybody was starting to show up. People were starting to set up their T-shirt stands and stuff, and about a quarter of the buildings were empty and not have anything in them. So we bought some old Sturgis T-shirts, and then compared to what I saw last year, I couldn't even tell you which stores they were because that town is so built up now. But go out there and just have your fun. Do the things that you want to do. Do the things you want to see. And don't worry about about not being with your group. They understand because they got things they want to go see too. I think Hill City is more worth it than Keystone, but Keystone's got a lot of good restaurants on their main drag. They got a lot of good restaurants down there. They got bikes lined up all down the road too, right up down the middle. Deadwood has got parking for bikes right off the side. One thing in Deadwood, there is the old saloon where Wild Bill was shot. It's across the street from where it is now. Where he was shot was renamed. Don't follow their hype of he was shot down here in the basement of the bar. When you walk in and you see the stairs going down, he was shot with his back facing the door off to the right in that corner. You can still see the bullet holes. There's 2 bullet holes. They're still there. You can see them. Well, the saloon, because that's what they're called back then, said has a sign saying that he was shot downstairs, and his chair is downstairs where he was shot in. That's not true. He was shot upstairs in the corner on the right. That's where he was shot. So don't believe the saloon when they said he was shot in the basement. No. Shot downstairs. No. He was shot upstairs. All the history tell you he was shot upstairs. But young people don't know that, so they can get away with saying he was shot down there. No. Because you got to remember, he never sat with his back to the door, and the only seat open at that table was where he'd have to face, his back was faced to the door. So that tells you right there he was not downstairs. But that's a fun place to go. And they've got it mapped out too down the streets of where Wild Bill was shot, where I can't remember the guy's name. Um, Runs up the street and where he was captured, and that the building where the trial was in, all that. How you doing, Gunpowder Nitro? How you doing? We're just talking about Sturgis a little bit, what it's like and experiences. How you doing, SSW? I'm wondering if this is my laptop that's creating a problem.
Okay, let's try that.
I hear you.
I can hear you now. I think.
So you're working.
I'm
You're working a lot better than what Rick was.
busy.
I mean, you're not lagging like he was.
I shouldn't be.
No. But have you been out to Sturgis?
Have I'm probably the last guy you want to ask about going there. I've never gone.
You should go.
I mean, I know people that were going there back in the 70s, and they all, pretty much all the people I know who went early on, they don't go anymore. And it's not due to age. They just don't like how it's changed.
Well, if you knew that people that were going in the 70s, that puts you pretty much in your 40s.
I'm in my 40s.
I'm almost willing to say late 40s.
40, 41. I'll be 42. Soon.
Well, I'm 52.
Cool.
So I'll be 53 here come in a few months.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, big events. I'm with you when you said just stay on the outskirts of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never been to Sturgis, go in, check it out. Go to the Harley store, get your chip. Your rally chip,
Right.
because that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
We saw the replica of the Easy Rider bike. On my Facebook, I've got a picture of me standing by it. you know, so we saw that, and as you're walking down the main strip, you can get anything pierced for $25. And I would have walked out with my nipples pierced, but I didn't want the uncomfortable ride home.
Yeah. I'll just stick with my left earring. I'm fine.
Hell, I don't even have an earring in anymore.
Yeah. No, I know one guy who went to Sturgis one year. He just finished building his bike, and he parked it, out front like everybody else did, and it got stolen.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any stolen bikes. I've heard them taking Hondas and throwing them in fires.
Yeah. This was years ago when his bike got ripped off. I can't remember what year it was, but I'm thinking probably 8 years ago, at least, maybe 10.
So they do just break the steering lock and just hop on and go?
They just grabbed it and took it. Somebody. It wasn't caught on camera or nothing.
Yeah, there's no cameras out there.
Yeah, I mean it was. Yeah, somebody just grabbed it, and it was out there with a lot of bikes too.
Damn.
Yeah.
So a lot of people around, and they just walked up and took it.
Apparently.
I mean,
he said he walked out of I can't remember what it was, a restaurant or a tavern or something, and his bike was gone.
Damn.
So
Well, I know down in Daytona, bikes get stolen pretty regular.
what I've heard.
You know, was it just last year? I think it was last year that someone's bikes got stolen and they got home, but by the time they got home, they had enough money for a new bike.
Ugh.
People raised enough money for him to get a brand new bike. You know, and the bike was never found.
Yeah, I was going to say the guy I know whose bike got taken at Sturgis, it pretty much evaporated too.
You know,
So yeah,
but
can't remember
bikes
what
that
model
were
Harley it
burning
was.
up.
But yeah,
What was that?
I can't remember what model Harley it was he took that year, but somebody grabbed it.
Someone must have really wanted a bike,
That's pretty much what he said. They're like, I don't know why they stole mine. They could have he said there were nicer bikes to pick from.
right? Probably one that they didn't think would anybody would notice.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I might go to Sturgis one day. Maybe not. Don't know.
I say do it. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I mean, I've heard it's really expensive.
We spent in gas alone about $200 to $300. You know, and that was back when we were right around $10 a tank. You know, and all the running back out there we spent about $200 to $300, and just in food alone and our souvenirs, add that onto the gas. So we spent about $5,600. You can easily drop $1,000 out there.
Yeah. I was laughing when you were mentioning the steel plates and baked potatoes. That's hot.
Yes. You know, but it was a fun experience. I mean, you don't get that anywhere.
No.
You know, and then they do a show right as you're eating. You know, a music show. You know, like a hee-haw comedy skit.
Okay.
That's what they were doing, and I just had a blast.
That would be fun.
You know, because you don't get that out here in Minnesota.
I'd never seen anything like that out here.
But you go there, you get it. Branson, you just get the show. You don't get the wagon train part of it. All right, Gunpowder, you be safe. You know, so, but yeah, it's that first night there. We had that bison come in.
Oh,
He
no.
walked in from the back of the campground.
Oh no.
And walked around the guy that we're talking to, his camper. So we got within 50 feet of him then. Watched him cross the road and watched the tour stop, and people were taking pictures of him and stuff. And one guy, and he just sitting there paying no one attention until one guy got too close. And then you saw him put his head down and ready to charge. And the guy backed up, got back on the bus, they left, and here came walking by me, and I'm on the phone to my dad, ready to run to the car. And he was no more than a picnic table's length away from me.
Yeah.
And just sitting there munching on the grass, just walking, minding his own business. And then they slept right at the edge of our campsite.
Safe place.
As long as you're not going that way to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
As long as you give them their space,
Yep.
they're
Elk
fine.
elk will do the same thing out here.
But as long as you give them the 15, 20 feet,
Yep.
you could just walk right past them. They'll just sit there.
Yeah,
Unless
like I
it's a
said,
mama with a baby.
yeah. Yeah. What about bears up there? You got a bear problem at all?
I didn't see a one.
Huh. Surprising. You think
Not a,
you think the bears would just come out and be like food, ooh, and just be having a blast.
our main problem was um, would have been the wolves and the bison.
Okay.
And the wolves didn't come near us. The coons, I think it was the coons that cracked open the eggs that we found in the grass. That's because the one end was punctured and sucked dry.
Yeah. They're smart.
You know, but other than that, we only saw the bison, the one bison. He never came around when we were out there, always at night. So then a couple deer on across the road when we were at the campsite.
Yeah, that'd be one thing I'd be, well, I should be afraid of because I deal with it here. But I mean, critters in the road, I bet it's crazy up there.
They're
Sturgis.
actually they're not that bad.
Really?
They were pretty non-existent.
Wow, I wouldn't expect that.
You know, maybe I was in the wrong part of the park.
Wow.
Now, when you go on the wildlife loop, oh yeah, they're all over there. You know, but where we were at, we only had the bison and the two deer. We did see a mountain goat or two
Oh, neat.
on the side of a cliff.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that was right around Keystone,
Hmm.
right around Keystone or Hill City that we saw that. That was pretty neat because I'd never seen them on the side of a cliff before.
Really?
Yeah, right
Oh,
on the side of the cliff, just doing their thing, going up.
wow. Yeah, we don't have the population we used to have. We still have mountain goats here, out here. You just don't see them very often.
Right. But then we didn't see any cougar, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen one time at night riding, and I didn't see the whole cougar. I just saw its butt and its tail.
Okay.
And yeah, I I'm glad I was going nice and easy down that road that night. I really don't want to encounter a cougar.
No.
At least not of the four-legged variety like that.
Right. And well, we get the ones from South Dakota. They come out to Minnesota all the time. And Minnesota says we don't have any cougars that set up residence. They just pass through. Bullshit.
Uh, Cougars will go in.
Well, we've got quite a few that set up residence here.
Wow. Yeah, we've got a lot out here too.
So, got to move this. The battery's running low. Got to turn. I'm here. I just got to turn things on to get the
So,
battery going.
as far as on the subject of critters, you guys get a lot of rabbits out there on the road and stuff too?
Yes.
Yeah, same here. Those are not fun to hit. It's like hitting a furry, slippery bowling ball.
Right.
Yeah, not fun.
Our dogs quartered a possum last week, a
Oh,
huge possum.
oh, really? How big? Just a guess.
Almost as big as our dachshund.
Damn. Good size.
Yep.
Pretty aggressive.
No, it was trying to get away through the fence. It didn't. One thing I noticed about possums, they just want to run.
Yeah.
You know, but they had it cornered in the back corner, and it found its way out. It didn't attack.
Wow. Yeah, they got teeth. When they do attack, it's not good.
They're sharp,
Yeah.
razor sharp,
Yeah.
razor sharp.
They don't. Sometimes they'll attack, but they try, like you said, they try their best just to get away.
Oh, just like any other animal, they want to get away as best they can. You know, so
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't think of anywhere in the country where there aren't cougars. Can you?
um, let's see. We've got actually one was just hit
I mean,
down here in Shakopee about a few weeks ago.
wow.
Car hit it.
I
But I don't.
know. I know. Last summer here in Oregon, considering everything was on fire and everything was so dry, I saw. I was seeing cougars during the day. I saw two during the day.
Mhm.
Not at the same time, but I saw one day and then one another day, just drinking out of a pond. I mean, just
Dang.
that thirsty.
Yeah, we
Right,
didn't.
right in broad. I was just like, oh,
Yeah, didn't see any cougars out there unless you're talking about women.
yeah,
You know, and I've never seen a cougar here, but I know they're here. When I was
yeah.
living in Belle Plaine, not about not hour and a half from here, there was a mating couple that set up residence about 20 minutes away,
Oh wow.
and then there was another two that were walking down the Minnesota River, not just right outside Belle Plaine.
Wow.
They're here. They set up
Wow.
residence, but
Oh
according
yeah.
to the state, they're not here. They're just passing through.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
I mean, they're mostly northern Minnesota when they come through, but down here you rarely see them or hear about them, but we do see them.
Huh. Yeah. What about black bear? You guys have a lot of black bear there?
Yep.
I bet.
Oh yeah. You go an hour north and you'll see them.
I bet. I almost hit a black bear one time during the day. That was scary.
That
Ooh.
would have knocked you on your ass.
Oh. I came out of a trailer park, went around a corner, and looked up this hill, and I saw like it looked like it was almost rolling down the hill, and I'm like, "What is that?" Came to a squealing stop, and there's a black bear right out in front of me in the road. I'm just like, "Oh shit!" And it crossed the road, and I dumped the clutch, gone.
Damn. Well, Rick lives 2 hours north of me, northwest of me, and I go hunting. I go bow hunting up at the Camp Ripley up there, the military installation for Minnesota National Guard. And I was all the way on the top part of the base, and I was coming down to go in, and I saw something big and black come out from the riverside of the trail going down. And I'm in my car at the time, and I'm like, that's a fucking bear. And so I start going slow, and this sucker sat there, looked at me, and decided it was going to cross the road. It got within I want to say 50 to 75 yards
That's
of
pretty much
me.
what that bear. I almost, if I would have been going about 5 miles an hour faster, I probably would have ran into it.
Well, I could only do 25 miles an hour on this road because
Yeah.
that was the speed limit. But I got up to it. I was taking pictures of my phone as it was crossing, got up to it, and its furry, fat ass was just scurried into the woods, heading in the direction where I was hunting.
Yeah. When I came upon that bear on that road, yeah, I don't want to get eaten by a bear. I don't want to be on the front page of the paper, man. Man hit bear, then eaten by it. No, it doesn't sound appealing to me.
Right. But this sucker came out and looked right at my car and was like, I'm just gonna fucking go.
You guys probably have some pretty good sized ones back there too.
We've people have bagged up to 400-pound bears,
Damn.
you know. And our
I think,
bear season's gonna be
wow.
opening soon.
Wow.
Yeah, 400-pound. That's a big black bear.
That's a big, yeah, it's huge. Remember that bear that was terror? I wanted to get they were selling a t-shirt for him on the internet, but I didn't get one. Hank the Tank, there in
Yeah.
Tahoe. Yeah, they said he was burglarizing everything. Then they found him not guilty. I
I
thought that was
remember
great.
that.
I don't know if they caught him. I think he's still down there, but he's huge.
Yeah, I didn't hear if they caught him or not.
I don't think they've caught him. I don't know. I like watching the videos of the bears just going into the stores and playing with the hand sanitizers and
Yeah.
just person behind the counter. Ah!
And I do I'll find videos that come through on my feeds and there's guys sitting in the stand and the bears climbed right up the tree.
Oh God.
I mean, some right up the ladder.
Oh God.
And they get to the top part of the stand where the guy is sitting and the guy will just reaches out and just taps them a little bit and then down the tree they go.
Whoa.
I mean,
That's,
if they didn't tap them, they would have gotten in the stand with them.
yeah, that'd be scary, to say the least.
You know, the bear was curious and went up the tree and gave a couple of taps on the nose and down he goes.
That's a really curious bear. Usually they don't like to get that close to people.
I see videos all the time up here.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
they'll because you can camp over a bait pile
Right.
for bear. You just can't do it with deer.
I don't think you can bait bears here legally. I don't know.
I don't know. Minnesota and Wisconsin, you can. You got to have Minnesota. You got to have a tag for your bait station, and it's got to have your name, number, address, and all that on there. So,
Yeah, I remember the first one of the first people I met from Minnesota out here on the West Coast. I was over riding on the coast, and it was cold over on the Oregon coast when I was riding. Probably in the, I'm going to say 40s, and I was freezing.
yep.
And here's this guy wearing a t-shirt and a windbreaker, and he's not cold.
No, that's warm to us.
And I couldn't. He had an accent, but I couldn't figure out. I couldn't place it. And I'm thinking, how is this guy staying warm? Because it was cold, and it was kind of misty. And he kept asking me, "Are you cold?" I'm like, "Yeah." Are you? Oh no, this is nice. I'm thinking to this guy, what? Like, where's he from, or what am I not seeing? And I said, "Where are you from?" And he said, "Minnesota." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you guys get really cold." He's like, yeah,
Yep.
we get cold.
Yeah. And right now I've got the air conditioner on in the office, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay, it didn't blow a fuse this time.
we became friends after that, and it was funny for probably the first 2 years he lived here. Wintertime, he was always in a t-shirt. Never bothered him. Now he's acclimated,
Right.
but yeah, first 2 years it'd be miserable, and he'd be out there just comfortable, not wearing a lot of layers. Usually a sweatshirt or a poncho.
Right.
About it.
It's like when I went down to Arkansas to visit my daughter and my grandkids for Christmas one year. I 45 degrees in Heber Springs, and I'm running around in a t-shirt and stuff, and they're running around in heavier jackets. I'm like, this is nice and warm, but
Yeah,
I had my flannel jacket by me just in case I got cold. You know, and here we're walking in the stores and all that, and just t-shirts and jeans, and they're got their heavy coats. We're getting looks, and it's like, I'm from Minnesota. What's your excuse?
yeah, that's funny.
My daughter had to tell people, "Oh, that's my dad. He's from Minnesota."
You guys did some serious ice back there too.
Yep. No. Up north, our ice doesn't clear out until, oh geez, well past Mother's Day, our fishing opener.
Because the guy I know from Minnesota, he had two bikes. Well, he still has both bikes. His winter bike was a rigid frame bike,
Okay.
and I thought about it, and then it kind of made sense. It's like, rigid frame probably would be, I guess, the way to go if you're going to be out riding on the ice.
See, I was never that brave.
Yeah, I think I'd park it too.
You know, I park my bike, and you know, but I don't ride in the winter like Rick does.
I ride in the winter, but when it gets icy and dangerous like that, it's just not worth it.
I'll ride when it's 40, 45. Any colder than that, I just park it.
Yeah,
You know, I don't need all that salt and stuff on my bike.
that's right. You guys, yeah, we don't have our roads aren't salted, so
Here we
yeah,
wait. We're Most of us will wait until a really good rain to wash all the road chemicals and salt and dirt off the road, and then we'll bring them out.
yeah.
You know, but if we're lucky, we get from April to November to ride if we're lucky.
Wow,
You know, otherwise it's May to October.
wow. I think I'd be building a trike or something.
Well, I've seen before we got the house,
That'd be neat.
we I was coming home. We were in a snowstorm a few years ago. I mean, it was just coming down. Roads were just horrible. We're talking about a foot of snow already on the ground, and I saw two trikes go hit the highway.
Mm.
This, they were gone. I'm like,
Well,
nope.
lot used to be a lot of them up in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't know if I
There
would be
probably
able to
probably
ride up
still
there,
are.
but they have a shorter biking season than I do.
Yeah,
You know, maybe if I had a trike, I would ride up there.
yeah. Someday I'll build a trike. I want to. Be handy.
Well, I say do it.
Oh, I just gotta get the parts.
You know, you're gonna turn your bike into a trike, or you're just gonna just build the whole new one.
What I'd like to do is find a old Car frame. There's still some floating around out there, but
Yeah.
if not, I'll probably just scratch build a trike. I'll probably use Volkswagen Corvair or something like that. Just go really basic.
You can still find those VW trikes around.
Yep. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I could grab a transaxle and everything else and build the frame myself. That wouldn't be a big deal.
No. I mean, here, those VW trikes are going for 3,000.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's a good
And
deal.
they're very well kept, and all it is the old timers. They're just getting too old and they can't ride. And
So we're talking the old VW trikes from the 70s.
yes,
That'd be I would grab one of those for $3,000
you know,
if it was, one of the ones that was built right.
there's one that came up for sale last year for 3,000, and it came with its own trailer, its own special trailer.
Yeah.
You know, I was at the gas station down the road. I was coming home from work and I was filling up, stopped in to fill up, and a guy pulls up in one with a lime green.
Huh.
And he saw me looking, and I quit pumping my gas at this point. And I'm
That's
sitting there looking at him, and he goes, "Pretty nice, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, I just don't see these anymore. But when I was growing up, you don't see them anymore." And I said, "If you don't
No.
mind, could I just admire it a little bit longer?"
You see a few out here. I mean, a friend of mine, he's had a couple, and he's last one, and oh, I wish he wouldn't have sold that one because it was fast and it was really cool looking.
Oh yeah.
It was really neat looking, real long, just a beautiful trike. And the funny part was it didn't get. You would think it would get good fuel mileage. It didn't.
No.
I think on a good day it might have got 30.
But
Yeah.
those weren't built for gas mileage. They were built to ride.
Yeah. Yeah, and he rode everywhere on that thing. It was really reliable. You never had any problems with it.
If I can find one next year, I'm going to buy it so I got a project bike and just keep it running.
Yeah.
But they're going for $3,000.
Wow. I think the ugliest trike I ever saw was it was Volkswagen and Indian. Had the old Indian leaf spring front end.
Yep.
Oh, that thing was atrocious.
And here I thought you were going to say a spider.
Oh no, it was had the old leaf spring, old LSD leaf spring Indian front end, and it was just such an atrocious, yucky looking bike.
Damn.
It was built in the 70s too, but it was just odd. They took an Indian and they took a Volkswagen and made a trike.
You just don't do that. No.
This guy did.
Well, he must have been happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
An Indian and a trike. An Indian and a Volkswagen.
Well, if you look, it was really crude, the construction. They basically just took an Indian frame, Volkswagen stuff, a bunch of pipe and stuff, and grafted it all together.
Well, I guess if it works.
Yeah, it worked.
I mean,
But
no-
it wasn't very pretty.
but it got him to did what he wanted it to do.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
guess you can't argue that.
yeah. I'm gonna say the rare would be the course. I mean, you don't
You know,
see many of those.
no.
Uh, Porsche, you might see a couple Porsches.
Oh, we see them all the time here.
Porsche trikes.
Not the trikes.
I've seen a couple Porsche trikes. There's one Porsche trike I see occasionally when you're coming up behind him.
Uh-huh.
You think it's the back of a Porsche car until you
Really?
get until you get kind of beside him, then you notice it's a long trike. And it's cool. I never got a chance to take a picture of the guy. He's always just going down the road.
Now, is it a Porsche making the trike?
No, this guy built it.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, that would have been neat to see.
yeah. I've talked to him at gas stations when he's filling up. Asked him. I said, you turned a Porsche into a trike. He said, yeah, I bought this car, crashed it, kind of totaled it, then decided to turn it into a trike. And I was like, that works. And he rode that thing everywhere. I asked him, I said, where have you been on it? He's like, Mexico, Canada, all across the United States. Gone everywhere on it.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
That would have been fun to see.
yeah. I haven't seen the guy in about a year. So hopefully he's doing okay, but I'll probably see him, I don't know, maybe this summer.
Maybe turn a Lamborghini into a trike.
That'd be cool.
I mean, we've got Minnetonka. That's not too far from here. It's Lamborghini heaven.
Oh,
You drive down, up and down this one street, and you see almost nothing but Lamborghinis.
that'd be cool.
And so you know where the money's at.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and cops patrol there all the time, and if your car kind of looks out of place, they try to pull you over.
Oh, wow.
So last time I went down that way, I didn't have a license. I saw a car behind me. I knew it was a cop, and I pulled into the grocery store right there and watched him come in and turn around and leave.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
did. I watched that from the inside the grocery store. I said, I ain't stupid. I knew it was a cop. I didn't have a license at the time or insurance.
ooh,
So, no, I had a license. I just didn't have insurance.
oh,
And so I was hot footing it. I was getting
well,
away from it.
what are the insurance rules back there for vehicles? Are they different?
It's mandatory. You got to
Okay.
have liability on. The minimum is liability.
I think all states are like that now, aren't they?
There are some that are no fault.
Because I remember in Oregon, you used to have to carry this was back when I first got my driver's license. You used to have to carry another part in your insurance for uninsured. Like, I think it almost said uninsured Washington or something like that. It was kind of funny
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
insurance wasn't, insurance was not required in Washington for a long time.
Yeah. That was the same here, but in the past, since I was 21, we've had to carry it.
Yeah.
And there are some states where it's still optional.
Wow.
So if you get hit and the person doesn't have insurance, you're screwed.
Yeah. That wouldn't be good.
You know. So I carry full coverage on both my vehicles and my bikes, so that I'm pretty well covered.
I don't blame you. I do the same thing.
Because we do get the occasional asshole that doesn't have it.
Yeah, I don't know about back there, but I know here if you're caught driving without insurance, you can just say, "Take me to jail." That's what they do, or that's what they used to do.
Here they don't take you to jail. They just give
They
you
used
a
to.
ticket.
They used to be they'd fine you, take you to jail, or both. They've kind
Here
of
they'll
lacked off. But
here they'll give you a ticket and impound your car.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting how vehicle laws or vehicle rules and stuff change state by state. The state that has no helmet law, yet you have to wear eye protection. Like
Yeah, we do have to wear eye protection.
a couple states require eye protection, but they don't require a helmet. So
Rick says it's lightning up there where he's at. He's only a couple hours away. We got a big line of storms coming in.
So, do you get much, what would you call it? Lake effect
Not where
there,
I'm at.
there in
Not
Minnesota?
where
No?
I'm at. If you go up to Duluth, you will.
Okay.
Mille Lacs, that's our biggest lake here. You'll get lake effect off that. I mean, Lake Mille Lacs is so huge, you can barely see the other side.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that a good chunk of that is owned by the Chippewa
Oh, neat.
due to treaties. So they're due to a treaty that hasn't been broken. Right? It's a miracle that there's one that treaty that wasn't broken. They get to go in to Lake Mille Lacs and before the fishing season and do all their fishing,
Oh, neat.
which killed the walleye fishing up there. You know, because they're allowed to harvest so much. Well, once they go in and harvest, all the fishing goes down. So now the tourist industry, the fishing industry's hurting up there. They've been hurting for years. But we have to let them do it. It's a treaty that's in place. We got to let them do
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's one thing about bikes I always like is I try to find like a folding fishing pole
Yeah.
and just strap it on there. And if I'm on the, just riding somewhere around, wherever, if I see a little bit of water where there might be fish,
I used to have that
go fishing.
pocket fisherman.
Yeah, the little tiny, the one that from TV. Yeah,
Yep.
I loved it. I had one of those too. I love that thing.
You know,
Loved it.
I used to ice fish with that.
Oh wow, I never ice fished. You ice fish with that little pocket one? That's cool.
Yep. Where
Wow.
I grew up, the wife is home. Dogs are going nuts, so I'll have to get off here in a little bit. Back where I was growing up, at the local lake, they would have ice fishing contests, and they'd have all the holes drilled, and me and my dad would go out there, and I'd have my little pocket fisherman and drop the line and have the bobber, and I'd catch all my.
I'd have to see if they see who's selling those now. 'Cause I miss mine.
I don't know. Are they still selling them?
I'm sure they are. I bought mine. I wore mine out. I got it. Well, I had one 20 years ago. Then I bought another one, I think, like 10 years after that, and I wore that one out.
Damn.
I mean, the last time I got to use it, it was pretty funny. I thought I was going to get in trouble because I didn't have a fishing license. Game warden came up.
Yep.
And I thought, oh no. Oh no. Here we go. And he said, what are you doing? And I just said, oh, we just watching the river. And I figured he'd be like, you're fishing too. He looked at that little pole and he went, yeah, does that thing even catch any fish? I went, this thing? No. And he just went, yeah, they don't look like much, and just walked off. I'm just like,
You got lucky that time.
I got very lucky.
You know, because he would have taken it.
Yeah, and given me one heck of a ticket. I think
Yeah.
I think he was probably in a good mood.
Yeah, you got awfully lucky.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen them where they've gone boat to boat, everybody up on shore, and just asked for everybody's license.
I've seen him do that out here a few times.
You know, one opener I was out, they went to every single boat on the lake and asked for a license, and they didn't care if you were trying to
Wow.
catch a bass or anything. You stopped right there and showed them your license. Sometimes they actually came on your boat,
Oh, wow.
and they're not supposed to.
No.
You know, if it was a pontoon, I think they came on the boat, but a regular 16-foot, aluminum boat, shit, just pull up alongside, you show them your license,
Yeah.
they let you go. Then by then they scared all the panfish away.
Yeah, I like fishing. We've got some good bass, trout, bluegill, catfish if you know where to go.
If you want
A
some
lot of fish in the
decent,
rivers.
if you want some
Salmon.
big northern and walleye, we got Lake of the Woods.
Mm,
I mean, there's bait shops up around Mille Lacs and all that that have pulled out 50, 60-pound northerns
damn.
off of Mille Lacs, and some were from Lake of the Woods. And
Yeah, I think if I rode back there, I'd be fishing my ass off.
I mean, and you're looking at 50, 60-pound northern. Those suckers are huge.
Wow.
But they pulled them out.
Wow.
Walleyes were half the size of those northerns.
So trout, good fishing back there? Or?
We've got some trout spots. We got some trout
Cool.
spots. And depending on where you go, some are pretty decent size, that you can get like the ones you get at a fishing, a sportsman shelter where you can take home. You get those sizes. And there's some that you get, or you farther north you go, the bigger they get.
Yeah.
But we got some good trout spots.
I think the best trout spots I ever found were in reservoirs outside of down there in the southern Utah area. There's some nice trout fishing down there.
So I know South Dakota's got a few trout spots.
That's what I've heard.
And then you just go. What you do is you go pay the family the fee of, to catch one, and as soon as you catch one, you bring it to them. They'll cook it up right there.
That'd be nice.
So there's your
I'd like
meal.
that. Yeah.
So
That'd
they
be
got
really
quite
good.
a few trout ponds out there.
Yeah, I'd have to research and see how much an out-of-state license would cost for somebody to fish back there. I bet it's expensive, but it sounds like it'd be worth it.
Minnesota's expensive. I want to say it's damn near $100 for an out-of-state fishing license. But then our trout stamp is $12, something like that.
Okay.
But if you're here, we can get like a 3-day license and stuff like that.
A 3-day pass.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a whole year. You can get a 3-day, and that I think that's like Wisconsin's. I think that's like $50. So,
That'd be fun.
but we've got some good trout fishing. We've got, oh God, you hit the right lake and you got some damn good action.
Oh, I had a blast.
You got the Gull Lake chain where Rick lives up around Brainerd area. That is some of the best fishing you'll ever see. I mean, we've got people from all over going there just to fish.
Well, they race boats back there too.
Oh yeah,
They got some great boat racing back there too.
and we've got Brainerd International Speedway, which they race funny cars.
Mhm.
You know,
That's an old speedway. Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Wasn't that a let's see, AHRA track
yeah,
before AHRA went under?
yep.
Yep. Yeah, it's an oldie.
But I'm gonna cut this off here because the wife is home and she wants to start watching Sandman.
Ah, I'll have to.
That came on the Netflix today, and she wants to start watching it, and I promised her I would.
Well, you better do that. I'll check out Sandman now.
So.
You have a good night, man. It's good to see you.
You too, man. Deb, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for me.
Not a problem. We'll catch you later.
Yep.
All right.